Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Needle. So in today's video, I wanted to make a video explaining the new arena mode for you guys. I've been getting a couple questions on Twitter, just people tweeting out like, hey, I noticed the new arena looks a lot different. It's been out for a couple days. What's the big difference here with all the points and everything that has to do with it? So I'll be comparing it to the previous arena and how it's going to work with the setup, and also cover skill-based matchmaking, which is still up in the air. So first thing I do want to address here is the new tiers they've added into all the different leagues. So I think right now there are 10 total divisions. Let me double check here. So I go to scoring. So you started Open League Division 1, and then the end goal, which I think is 14,000 points to get to, that is going to be the Champion League at Division 10. And then obviously you see all the bus fit and all the stuff changes, so we'll cover that right now. But the first thing you will notice, though, is that the scoring is a lot different here. So the way you want to be looking at it, though, is it's the exact same, but with bigger points. The reason I say that, though, is because in the last season's arena, if you were in Division 7, Champion League, the highest division, if you were at that, you lost -3 bus fare every single time you started a solo game. And in here, it's the same way. So once you make it a champion, you lose -60 bus fare, and then each kill is going to be 20 points. So obviously it's equivalent, it's the same thing, it's just bigger points. And then the placements and whatnot are very similar. It's top 25, top 15, top 5, and then the win. So I guess potentially you can get up to, what would that be? That would be 90. So like 100, would that be 180 for getting a win, including your eliminations? So there's a lot more points on the table here for getting a win. But so that hopefully you guys do understand that it's basically the same system, it's just a lot bigger of points. It's the same bus fare and stuff until you start getting into the Champion League Division 9 and Division 10, but we'll cover that. And the reason I think that they actually made the bus fare and all the points a lot bigger, as you guys can see, I'm at 9,600 points. I've been playing a lot the past 2 days, trying to get up to Division 10. It's all the same thing, like I said, but the points look a lot bigger. My theory here is a lot of the players that, let's say, were playing on console or they were very new to the game, and they were having a bad experience, they were losing points. The way it works in this, though, is like your average player, let's say they make it up to Division 4, they're not losing a lot of points still, and they're probably going to be at like 3,000-4,000 points, and that's going to be a lot more appealing to play on, knowing your points are going up and it looks like 4,000, 5,000, compared to being stuck at 170, 180, where you're losing points every game to the bus fare. So my theory is they made the points bigger just to make people play it more. So that's my thing, but let's break it down by the scoring. So if you're in Open League Division 1, you get a 0 bus fare, so everything you get is profit, and then obviously each elim is 20 hype. Open League Division 2, same thing, 0 bus fare, and then 20 hype for each elim, same placement goes. Then you make your way to Division 3, -10, and then all you have to do is get 1 kill, and you'll make that bus fare back, and then some. I played through all these divisions. You could easily, if you're decent, you can get through all these divisions in a couple hours with the, considering there isn't a bus fare really. Open League Division 4, -20 bus fare. Contender League Division 5, -40. Next one would be Division 6, where it actually stays the same. It stays at -40, so at Contender League, it's going to be staying the same until you get to Contender League Division 7, -50 bus fare. And then Champion League Division 8, that's the one I'm in right now, it's a -60 bus fare. And then Champion League Division 9, it goes up by 10, so -70, and same thing for Division 10, -80, so it goes. Okay, so the most you'll ever be losing is going to be -80. And then let's just look at the about, so see how it works. So Open League, fun open competition, that's where there's no bus fare. Contender League, challenging competition, compete for rewards. I'll talk about that in a second with all the new tournaments that are coming out. Contender League players will be able to qualify for some tournaments. And then obviously Champion League, the best of the best, cash prize tournaments. So this is where all the exclusive money tournaments are going to be. It's going to be in Champion League. And just for people that are wondering, do I need to be in Champion League Division 10? No, you do not. It's just, you just have to be in Champion League. Everything else is just extra, So I think I've seen Space Away is at 23,000 points. It doesn't make a difference. As long as you have the 9,000 or whatever it is to get to Champion League Division 8, you're good to play in these tournaments. So another thing I wanted to address, though, is because you'll notice, okay, I'm in Champion League right now, and I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, are the games getting any harder yet? Is there any skill-based matchmaking since you're in a higher division? Answer as of right now, no. I'm still playing the same people I was playing day one. It looks like it still is a mix of good players, the mix of bad players. It isn't like it was last season where it was sweaty. I think there's two things that could be going on. This either could be just the new arena where it's just open play with everyone's in it, and it's just a matter of the top players, how many points they have, and there's no real skill-based matchmaking. Or there is skill-based matchmaking, but everyone, like, not enough people are up here yet for it to, like, be noticeable, if that makes sense. Because I've been playing the game a lot the past couple days. There's not going to be a lot of people that are already in Champion League. Most people are probably just playing it for fun, you know? So that's also a possibility. So I'll give it like a week or so and see if it's skill-based yet then. But if not, I'm gonna assume that that's just the new arena, just open play with everybody in it. And then the way I look at it like is it's just playing with my friends. It's basically just pubs with Siphon in it, and you get the high points, so it's pretty cool. So that is all that for arena. Hopefully I cleared up any questions or concerns you guys had, considering the new arena is out and it just came out. Now let me pull up the Fortnite competitive blog here so we can take a... Okay, so now on to the competitive Fortnite blog they posted here by the Fortnite team. So this is official. And so I'll just kind of cover this and give you guys like a brief summary of what they're saying. I'll go over it. So basically they're just saying right here that the Fortnite World Cup went well, blah, 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 blah. They gave out their $30 million in prizes. And now it's just what's next for competitive Fortnite. So it starts with the Fortnite Champion Series. I guess this is the next installment of the competitive series, I guess. Whatever. Starting with Season X, we're kicking out the Fortnite Champion Series. This in-game tournament will have a persistent leaderboard where players can track their progress towards becoming the seasonal champion in each of their server regions. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they're having a whole championship series for this entire season, and there's going to be a persistent leaderboard depending on how you place each week. So I think that's pretty cool right there. We haven't had a real leaderboard in Fortnite in a while. They've always had the leaderboard for public matches, but I'm not sure what that's based off of for wins or kills or whatever, so that doesn't matter. But I know was it the Share the Love series, when they had that around Valentine's Day, they had a little leaderboard going on where you could see who was at the top, who had the most kills and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. We haven't had anything really like that since then. So now we're having a persistent leaderboard that's going to change every week. So that's pretty awesome. And then pretty huge here as well, the mode for this tournament, the inaugural Fortnite Champion Series, will be trios. So I wanted to address that right now too. I didn't bring that up when I was doing the arena thing, but arena does not have duos anymore. So this is why they're trying to change competitive for this season. At least they're testing it out with trios instead of duos. Personally, I have no real issue with it. I think a really, really good trio with 3 really good players is going to dominate a trio of 3 average players. I don't know if you can say the same for duos, because in duos, all it takes is one knock and the fight's over. You know what I mean? If you and your duo go knock one of their guys, doesn't matter how good they are, you have a 2v1 at that point. It's pretty hard to lose that. But in trios, if one goes down, you have a chance to win that 2v3, in my opinion. So that's regardless. So the action kicks off August 17th, so not very far from now. Let's double check the date. That's a Saturday, right? That will be a Saturday. So 2 Saturdays from when I'm uploading this. Over the course of 5 weeks, teams will fight for the dedicated prize pools each Saturday and Sunday, as well as a chance to play for the Season 10 Championship. So what they mean by this, the Saturday and Sunday is, if you guys remember the World Cup qualifiers, Saturday was the qualifying day where you had to get, let's say, top 1,000, and that would qualify you for the Sunday tournament, which would then be the actual big cash tournament. So depending on how you placed on Sunday, and if you made it to Sunday, that's determining how much money you made. So the top teams in each serve region will face off September 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Okay, so right around the end of the season, I'm imagining, that's when they're doing the championship, and they will crown the champion. Cool. What's on the line, though? Each event will have an independent prize pool and adds up to millions of dollars. That's kind of a given. Fortnite's shown that they're willing to put a lot of money into competitive, which is awesome. Very, very cool, especially after giving $30 million away for the World Cup. Glad to see that they're still tossing the money around for us. This is my favorite part, though. How do I compete more often? This is huge, guys. Listen into this right here. We'll also have more opportunities to compete on a consistent basis with smaller tournaments during the week. On Wednesdays and Thursdays starting August 21st, we'll host single-day cash cups, which are going to be very, very cool. We haven't had any solo tournaments in a while. Personally, solos are my favorite. I find them to be the easiest. Just you and the other person. It can be a straight mental battles like a game of chess. So Very, very cool. And then the Wednesday Cup is going to be open to anybody at contender level or above. So make sure you guys are contender. I'm not sure how many points it is. I would say probably around 5,000. You guys can double check though. And then while the Thursday Cup, you're going to need to have champion status. So like I was mentioning in the arena part of this video, you don't have to have Division 10. You just have to be Division 8 champion to qualify for these tournaments, which is cool. And then after that, so we have Wednesdays and Thursdays every week are going to be the solo single day cash cups. I'm not sure if it's the same format where the first part you have to qualify. Second part is going to be the actual money tournament. I'm not sure yet, but the trios cash cup will be on Fridays starting August 23rd. I'm not going to cover this, but that's huge. That means there are going to be tournaments running from Wednesday to Sunday. So Wednesday and Thursday you have solo tournaments. Friday are going to be trio cash cups, and then Saturday, Sunday, if you make it to the Sunday tournament, is going to be the actual championship series trio. So pretty big news here, pretty important stuff if you love competitive, you're a competitive nerd like I am. So personally has me very excited. If you guys have any other questions, we're going to make more videos on competitive and arena, clearing up any questions. And if you guys have any more questions, just leave them down in the comments below. I'll make sure to go check those out. That's all for me, guys, though. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.